For basic premium keyboard money, you get RGB, but in-house switch. So would you make the trade? I'm Rio Gion and welcome to the channel. This has that minimalistic look, and I remember liking this look when I reviewed the non-RGB version quite some time ago. The look is still good now, and I think most people would like this look. The layout is standard, so if you want to replace the keycaps in the future, you'll have an easier time finding keycaps replacement. There's a media control bound to the F key, so some of you may not like that. Same can be said for lighting control and gaming mode. It has floating key design, which is nice because it's easier to clean. The font looks more on the professional side than the gaming side, so some of you guys might like that. But there's a HyperX logo on the space bar and the right corner, so that might put some of you guys off. For a full-size keyboard, this looks compact, it feels compact, which is nice for those that have relatively limited desk space and still want a full-size keyboard. They say the backplate is some kind of steel aluminium, but it feels like plastic, so I figured I'd tell you that just in case if you bought it already and you're wondering the same thing. I guess technology must be really advanced now. This keyboard uses the in-house Aqua switch, which is a very pretty color, which is a tactile switch, similar to something like MX Brown. In fact, if I didn't knew the switch before, I would actually think this is MX Brown. It really feels good to type and it's not heavy, so this is something that I personally want in my keyboard. In case you're wondering, this switch is rated for 80 million, which is something that you'll probably just get tired of the keyboard and switch out rather than you having to switch out because it breaks. The light is on the top of the switch, but there's a case around the light, so I guess that's better. I'm not sure, to be honest. Anyways, here's what the keyboard sounds like. This keyboard has cherry stabilizers, which is nice. I like this more than Co-Star because I don't have to deal with metal wires when taking out the longer keycaps. If you like Co-Star stabilizer, maybe this keyboard's not for you. This keyboard has the typical thin ABS keycaps, and it takes in oils of your fingers and looks progressively worse over time. The good thing about this is that the layout is standard, so if you have more money down the line, you might want to replace the keycaps with something like PBTs, or if you want to do it now and buy a combo, then I'll provide a link down below. It's also HyperX, and in my personal opinion, looks really dope because of the white shells. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it. At the time of the video, the software is still in beta, which is not good because there's a lot of money to spend on a keyboard. But the good thing is that you get layers of lighting effects. Now, it's not at the same level as something like a K70, but it's a step in the right direction, and I'm hoping that once the development is finished, then the software should be able to compete with something like Corsair, because obviously, this keyboard manufacturer used Corsair as a freaking benchmark when they made the keyboard. I'm hoping the software turns out well and we have more competition, because more competition is good for us, the consumers. There are two flip-up feet, they both have rubber on them, so the keyboard will be planted at 3 angles. Besides that, the back looks pretty plain, which is fine because I'm pretty sure you don't stare at the back of the keyboard on a daily basis anyways. The cable is detachable, which is a nice point of error that's fixed. The cable that's included is braided, the USB tip is silver. If you like that, that's great. If you don't, you can always replace it with a different one. For 110 bucks, I think it's worth it because you get RGB, you get a switch that's pretty much the same as MX Brown. If you're the ones that still believe cherry is the golden standard for key switches, then knowing that they use an in-house switch might be a turn-off for you. If this is you, I hope you can grow to understand that there is more than just cherry that makes good switches, and if you get a chance to try out then try out a whole bunch of different switches from a variety of different manufacturers before you cast out other switches as not as good just because it's not made from cherry. I like this keyboard. I enjoy typing and gaming on it, and I would say it's worth it. If I'm in the market for a keyboard, I would definitely try this. If you're new, click the bell, subscribe, thumbs up for more content. You guys stay awesome.